Yeah.
If you're just getting into the exhibition hall, just join us now at the back. Have the demo drive for the next session that we will be having, and it's how to scale RPA and expand your digital workforce. A presentation by Jose from Innate India.
Am I using a mic or? Hello? Good to start? So, hi all. Thank you for coming. The presentation here is about how to scale your digital workforce, how to scale your RPA beyond what is commonly known as low-hanging fruit. So I've been seeing inside the room, the theme has again and again come back to how to scale RPA on a lot of tables. Also, I witnessed that. So if I were to first start off by first validating whether this really is an issue or not. So if you look at some of the industry leaders and their findings, so HFS and KPMG have done a survey where just 13% of businesses have actually scaled RPA and their digital workforce. If you think that's a low number, let's look at what Deloitte has put out recently. That's just 3%. So businesses, so a lot of noise about RPA, a lot of things happening in center of excellences, good stuff happening, lot of noise. But if you really look at what is actually going on, businesses are not really able to scale. So that brings me on to why is it a challenge to industrialize automation and really integrate it into the business? Now, a lot of different reasons for that. Some of the key ones are process fragmentation, so different teams doing things in different ways, then which results in various types of custom bot integrations in various different corners of processes. So some tasks being automated, but then that not being effectively brought back into the end-to-end operations environment. Now, all of this is happening only with RPA. Now, unless in a situation where you're using, what we call a stitches and plaster based approach, what you cannot really do is scale unless the business really get it and get behind it, and that is only going to happen if you bring in a lot of transparency control structure, and all of this is only about RPA. The moment you scale out to other technologies which are also coming downstream, this problem is just going to get more and more complicated. You have the NLP, you have got image recognition, AI, chatbots, so on and so forth. And you really need a strategy and a technology to bring it all together. And that is what Innate is about. So Innate is about is a productized way to adopt all of these future of work technologies into one particular end-to-end framework that lets you, make it simple for the business to understand and get behind. And let's be clear, unless business genuinely has a clear understanding of everything which is happening in the end-to-end flow, unless they can get a single governance view to watch all their humans and all their bots working together, get all the metrics out of what each human is doing, what each digital member of the team is doing, and unless we remove all of that ambiguity, this is always going to remain an IT-led project and not really, something which the business will push. And last and most importantly, we need to have a clear way for business to understand what is the true cost of delivering a service and what is the true value that automation is going to bring to them. So that brings me on to what Innate is about. The blue image on screen is humans and bots working together. Innate is a service orchestration platform which has been specifically designed to manage a hybrid workforce like that. Now, a couple of product views, quick product views. So down at the bottom, this is the view of somebody who owns and runs a business process, which is using humans and machines together. Down at the bottom, you have all the pieces of work which the team is working on. If you look at the top, you can see all the human members of the team, see what each human member is working on. Down at the bottom, me as a team owner have got two digital teams as well. I've got a UiPath bot team, and I also have an an Automation Anywhere bot team which is working on top of SAP, and I can see all my teams. I can literally click on one of my bot teams, look at each individual bot member as well, and suddenly this whole automation initiative has come out of the COE, come out of technical teams driving it right into the midst of business. So I, as a business owner, can see what each of my bot resources is working on, how much 10 pieces of work you can see inside the circle on top, 10 pieces of work which my bot team have to process. I can also see other things in the yellow. I don't think it's visible, that my bot team has got 2 hours of work remaining, and I can plan my automation based on that. If I look at another view, I, again as a team owner, having humans and bots together, can see that my name change process is being run by bots down below, and I can also see something like the savings process is run by humans, and I have the ability to interoperate between them, where you have bots, humans, bots, and situations like that, where you need to hand off things to bots, hand off things back to humans. All of them can be managed in this one interface. Moving on to the last slide. This is where business genuinely get an understanding of what are the kind of bots they should invest in, what type of automation, and what is the savings that's going to produce. So this is also not something on a white paper somewhere. This is the business team's actual processes. So if you look at the donut right on top, the green section is follow basic rules. That is ideal for RPA type of bots. If you look at the brown stuff on top, that is read and comprehend. So that is where businesses read, where human users read something like an email or some text, and then work out what needs to be done. And once you start delivering services on eNate or processes on eNate, you get a real-time model like that, which starts telling the business which type of automation to invest in and where they can kind of save effort out of that. If you look at the left bottom, you have got various graphs which have got various costs associated. So what that is telling me as a business owner is that if I run all of these activities in my service, it's costing me about £77,000. And if I, let's say, invest in a couple of bots for about 10,000–15,000, then that still gives me a very solid business case of about £50,000 in terms of savings. So suddenly this whole initiative of automation has gone from something technical happening somewhere which is not clear, to something which is very much business-led, business-driven, business engaged with bots which are now humanized to work like true human colleagues, which you can send work to, get back work from, measure what is happening, understand the cost saving, and make it all very, very real, and give the power to the business rather than keep it in a tech team. Thank you all. I'm going to be present here. These are my contact details. If anybody wants to know more via eNate, then please feel free to walk up or take a picture with these things, and I'll be glad to have a conversation. Thank you.